Good evening, honorable judges. We are Team Megamind, and my name is Zaman, and today we can give some so that we have been called up to provide a connectivity services. Now, first of all, I'd like to say that everyone knows about the ICT service and the e-commerce. These words have been going around for so long that it does not need any sort of introduction. If anyone wants to buy something anywhere in the world, they can just buy it using the click of a button and just have it delivered to their doorstep. And this new wave of e-commerce is leading towards the boundary. So why should not someone take advantage of it? And this is where Postal Service comes into play. Although they have a structure that is faulty and it is kind of underdeveloped, and so we need to revamp the systems in order to take advantage of that. Now, a current overview of the Postal Service in Bangladesh is that it's a government-owned department which is connected to the Postal and Telecommunication Ministry. It contains nationwide. It operates nationwide. It operates on a nationwide level and provides different services, including postal and postal delivery services, as well as different financial services. Some of its main and key products, including its flagship product, is the express postal service delivery, along with the electronic monitoring service. Transfer allows someone to transfer money whenever they want electronically, along with different financial services, as well as different banks, as well as different savings accounts, savings certificates, and insurance services. Now, after analyzing the service and the current situation of the Postal Service, we have found out that they have different issues and different problems. Some of the problems are mostly related to information technology and the way they set up their information systems. The key problems that we have found out are the digitization and lack of as well as the overall one and the impression that they create using their website and everything else. If someone wants to go to the post office, they can see that most of the cases and most activities are performed manually and through hard labor. They have always changed and integrate and make these things more automated and digitized so that they can reduce the workload and reduce the manpower that they actually need. They also have some issues regarding the tracking system because there have been multiple reports and issues about people using the express mail delivery service and not receiving the bills in the proper time and not receiving the bills at all. And one of the major reasons that we found out they have an issue is the lack of accountability. Because if someone uses the product, there is a terms and conditions that if the product is lost for some reason, then the postal department is not taking sort of liability for that, which is one of the main reasons. So if something gets lost, they feel like they have no accountability or any sort of responsibility whatsoever. So they don't treat this with the same sort of responsibility or that. And this concludes my part. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Gard to SWOT analysis.
SWOT analysis, first strength is nationwide coverage. We have almost 2,750 EPM and 9,000, almost more than 9,000 PPO. So of course, if we compare to other companies, even DBBL, they have almost 2,700 booths, but we compare that they have much more booths than these other companies. Now, they have a lot of diversified services and they are quite affordable than other services. Then a weakness, unreliable postal services, and the infrastructure is not yet developed. There is a lack of automation and the manpower is not yet. And there is another problem, that is lack of promotion. Then opportunities, partnership with multiple banks and retailer services, as they have one service called Postal Cash Card. So they can definitely do this thing, and this would definitely open a new era in the business. And the development of customer feedback system, of course, if you want to develop a business, the feedback system should be really developed. The main of the trades, because now we're seeing that DHL, FedEx, they are entering in our company in Bangladesh. So established competitors and advanced technological infrastructure of competitors is a big threat for us. Now positioning max, one or two major companies, DHL and FedEx, to now present in Bangladesh. So perceived, if the price you compare with other three of the company in Bangladesh, that's high, and perceived value is also high. And if we see that what the main two competitor of Bangladesh Postal Service is SA Poribahon and Sundarban Courier Service, and Continental Courier Service is also one of them, but now their business is going up down. But this is the perceived value is low and low price. Porter's now industrial analysis, bargaining power of suppliers is quite low, but bargaining power of the buyers is high, and the new entrants in the market is low, and the substitute for the customers is quite high, and the competitive rivalry between the competitors is high as well. Target group, we are mainly targeting area urban, semi-urban. We are actually targeting the whole Bangladesh, because, and the main thing is primary school infants. Main concern is not that. Maybe some part of them, but high school, college, university graduates. So we are targeting all of them. And psychographic things, that flexibility. I want to deliver. I want my product to be in the right time, in a very short, at the right time. That's one of the most psychographic. Yeah. And now behavioral. The user's rate is medium and heavy. Okay, now we are going for product development, because they have already a lot of services, but still they are not that much developed. So our main concern is that the services that Bangladesh Postal Services have, that we want to develop all these things. So that is under product development. Now the big idea is going to be presented by Farhan.
Thank you. So the main problem that lies with the postal system is that we change the overall perception of people towards this very much used system that people used to use every day. The main problem is that it's not that the other competitors have developed a lot over the time. It's that Bangladesh Postal Service, the same old postal service used to be 50 years back. It's not that they haven't made any changes. There have been significant improvements, but there is a common lack of communication in all the sectors. So the main, and one more thing is that people don't bother to pay a bit more to ensure reliable services, to ensure fast services. What they want is, once they give the good reaches properly to their desired end. And so what we want to do, we want to ensure this, we want to bring up this personal delivery agency thing, that we want to take this postal service from doorstep to the other doorstep. We want to be that postal service who comes to your doorstep, takes your good, and then reaches that in the least possible time and makes it as fast as possible. Now, a lot of alternatives can be thought about that. One of the thing, this postal service is a public service act, and in most of the developed countries of the world, there is high punishment for infringement of this public properties. So there are even laws in the United States where you sue someone with $250,000 just for infringing with that mailbox they have there, and they also suffer 3-year imprisonment, and they also do some community services for that. So in Bangladesh, due to lack of these rules, people don't bother, and people feel very much insecure when they carry their goods in these systems. And the lack of the tracking, the improvement of tracking system is very much important in this regard, because most of these services, the ones that we generally use within the country, these Sundarban courier service, all these ensure fast delivery within time, and they have this sense of accountability. This is very much important. So. And also, this the trucks which are used to deliver these goods, RFID chips to be put in that once, and the websites which are used, this can be incorporated with real-time trafficking, and then we can then understand where is my good at in this current time, and how long more time it takes to reach. So with that end, we are doing a lot of promotional activities, and teaser promotion, like always, we have the same message in our forms of communication.
Now let's talk about the postal cash cards. What we have here is that we are going to retail, and we are going to link this with every kind of retail store so that the usage increases. And then we are going to do a partnership with DBL accounts, DBL Bank, because they have the highest number of 18 students. You guys can also pay online using this account. The other thing that we are going to do is this one account. Using this one account, there is going to be a mobile app. In this single account, you can pay your gas bill, electricity bill, and other government services. As you can see the rates here, these are the rates the depositor gets at the end of 1 year. So the postal service gets 10.4, whereas the other banks get 8.25 This can work as an incentive to encourage the people to use this.
Something that we really found out is that there are a lot of services existing already which are not properly utilized by the postal service itself because of the lack of communication, as we said. If we just open some accounts out there and we can compare the interest rate with other banks, we can see it's also pretty high. And if we can really integrate this card into one thing, then this will be one good incentive, you know, for all the people to use this postal services as much as possible. So that would be it. Thank you very much.
I guess good presentation. Okay. So I have one question, to be honest. So you're going to do so many things. You said there are so many ideas that you're going to implement. And I really like the way you made it very particular. Your situation analysis was very good. When you came into your solutions, you also suggested many important ideas that I think were quite good. But the one thing I'll ask is, if you do this, then how are you going to be different? Number one, from your competitors. Number two, a perception that we have often is that if it's a government service, it should be cheap. It should be cheap, right? How are you going to come out, or are you going to change that personification in the minds of the consumers?
The one problem that we have is that stereotyping of government services. You know, because first of all, we think that it's never going to be reliable, and there's a but we just to be accurate with the data we have that per kg costs 50 taka only throughout the whole country for delivery, which is lower than any other services out there. But since we're going to implement this doorstep one, I mean, people would love to pay 10 to 20 taka more for this service if we can actually ensure this reliability in terms of service.
What I'll think is that since it's a government service, I will still want this service, but why can't the government subsidize it? If it's for DHL or if it were a private company, then I would be willing to pay this money, maybe. But I'm thinking all the other government services, being a library, being everything else, is at a certain pricing. What are you going to do to change that perception that no, this one can actually command this price?
With the introduction of this service, once we start delivering, I mean, it's not, we can pay the buy beforehand, but it's of no use unless we do that actually. So once we start delivering, once the government starts appropriate deliveries and on time and keeping all the goods intact, I mean, perception is sure to change, right? And we are actually seeing a lot of improvements the government is doing lately. So we sort of, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to believe on what the government is doing. So I guess that will kind of change the market.
Sorry, we can also show long demonstrations, like we can appropriate it how the government is actually.
One thing we can do is we can also share success stories. You know, like we can select some of these customers and just to make our own publicity, we can bring them up to Facebook and other platforms, and they can say their stories. Like they have been a prominent member of this service and they have been availing a great service so far. So getting to know about our services from customers will be more reliable in all sense.
And sir, if you think about the branding, whenever because it has the postal services, what the first thing came in my mind, one guy with this khaki dress and still putting on the branding on this light and nothing else. But that was before almost 10 to 15 years back, when there was no DHL, no FedEx, nothing. But now these competitors are coming, and if we can probe, if we can change the whole situation of the office also and the feedback of these people, because you know last year one of my uncle gave me some presents from England, and when I go to the post office, and when they told me this, please take this, I just saw that those things are just thrown in a very particular place. The environment of the office, that is not actually encouraging me. Why should I go there? Because that is quite expensive. So, if government thinks that this thing, if we want to really go to that or golden age, we should do our total branding from this office to everything, then their behavior, the feedback, you know, the Facebook page of all this thing. If we change it totally, then of course, our Bangladeshi people will definitely do that.
One thing we believe is they do have all the resources available, but they're not actually using it. Because once we go to the website, we see a lot of significant improvements over the time. But
for example,
there is no proper delivery of this service.
For example, sir, postal cash card. It is quite just think only for 45 taka you can open an account. But the main problem is I asked my 5 friends that do you know about this postal cash card? One boy told me yes I know. Then I told him, why don't you use it? First answer was, where is the post office and why shall I go to the post office if I have DBPL book here? Yes. So they have integrated with QCash, DBPL in a picture I said, but they could do this thing with Taj Bangla Bank because they are quite, you can find it everywhere, this booth.
Taj Bangla Bank has 2,700 booths out there, and this post there are 2,750 postal offices.
Alright, guys, I am so.
Again,
I think you guys are going on another presentation, so I'll stop you there.
Your proposal to launch the big idea throughout the country, right?
Yes.
Is it better to make a pilot on shift environment, a small city or small particular urban area?
Yes, sir. This will be starting from the urban areas, but since the government service probably will have
You are not proposing pilot area. You are proposing the whole idea to be launched all throughout the country.
Yes, sir. That's for the later delivery agreement actually, but for the initial it will be more challenging, right?
because we cannot come up with the idea for this whole area. First we have to think, we have to understand whether it will be really do the work or not, sir. Because we did this thing, sir, because if you see as a DHL, all this advertisement, what in their advertisement they're showing this, they are just, you can have your own Statue of Liberty, they're telling you everything. So what we want to present in front of our country, in front of Bangladeshi people, that we are in your doorstep, why you guys are using this DHL? Come to us.
Thank you. Alright guys, so this is the very presentation. I just have one feedback for you guys from the presentation point of view. Number one, you started, right? So whenever you guys are presenting, make sure you look at everyone that is there, both judges. You are looking disproportionately at me. So don't do that. Okay? The second thing is work on your coordination a little bit more. Two of you were standing in front of the slides, and it seems like you were not prepared, and other people were there. It seems like a stage show. So work on that a little bit more, because this is one part which you oftentimes neglect, but there's also actually, like, because everyone is concentrating on one area, suddenly someone else, so you can't miss that. Right. Third, question answer session. Make it shorter. Okay. You guys had given very good points. I think after two of those points, you would have stopped because that was good enough, right? Don't interrupt each other. Just work on that a little bit more, but otherwise, very good presentation. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.